This coming Tuesday will mark the 80th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor.
It was the beginning of America's involvement in World War II. That infamous date also has an interesting connection to a hospice home in St. Paul. John Lauritsen shows us why Our Lady of Peace will never forget Pearl Harbor.
We're all inclusive. We include people of any faiths or no faiths.
When a group of Dominican Hawthorne nuns opened the place now known as Our Lady of Peace, they worked in wards. Only curtains separated patients. But as the years passed, the amenities got better, and so did the care.
It's the hospice nurse with a dying cancer patient. I mean, it was a match made in heaven.
Dr. Wayne Thalhuber was medical director for 40 years and was continually impressed by the compassion the sisters showed for patients during their final days. A place of peace whose doors opened during a time of war.
I think it's an amazing coincidence that those two were put together.
The grand opening for the hospice home was December 7th, 1941.
A date which will live in infamy.
They had an open house, and this was the kind of thing that was right up my dad's alley.
Raymond was 8 years old at the time. No sooner had the celebration started than he heard a nun yell out that the Japanese had attacked Pearl Harbor.
That got everybody scurrying by that radio and listening, and that kind of took away from the whole open house thing. They were just surprised. I mean, they were surprised and worried and in a sense kind of angry. Everybody kind of sensed this is it, now we're in it. Now we're part of the war.
The war ended 4 years later, but Our Lady of Peace remains strong today. Just like in 1941, they're providing light during the darkest days.
I've heard from families as I see them at the end that we lifted them and carried them through the process.
In St. Paul, John Lauritsen, WCCO 4 News.